So I think I've delayed this enough, and I'm just going to dive right in. In the previous episode of the Disaster Datsun series, I was very much in a rush, as always. So I didn't really get a chance to take a good look at what was here. Now I've taken a real good look, real good look, and I've come to the conclusion that this whole back section is going to be a whole project in itself. Right, so I've been sat staring at this back section for about 3 hours now, trying to figure out where to start. Now, this panel here, which I cut out in the end of the last video, this actually goes in here somewhere like that. Now that panel actually extends all the way to the edge, to that edge there and that edge there. Now, there's panels that overlap that panel, so it's gonna have to be like 2 steps backwards and 1 step forward. So what I'm going to start on first is I'm going to start on removing all of this underseal here. Now the reason for that is because when I do eventually put a panel back on here, that's going to cover that, so I'm not going to be able to take that underseal off. So I'm going to do it while I've got access there. I'm going to get all the underseal off the bottom here and here while I've got the access, and then I'm going to probably decide to run away. So I think I've delayed this enough, and I'm just going to dive right in. Right, so the situation is I need to clean all this up because I'm kind of treading it into the floor and leaving marks. But also, we actually have some shiny metal on the back of this car. Now, it's all about the small wins, and this for me is a huge win. So what I'm going to do now is I've still got a little bit of this panel down here that used to be here to cut out. So I'm going to cut these pieces out here that you can just see there. So I'm going to cut them out, and then I'm going to see how I want to tackle these edge sections. So as I mentioned previously, this panel that used to go here actually laps underneath other panels. So I'm going to have to cut those panels out or drill the spot welds out to get to installing this new panel. Right, I've made this section, and this is only half of the full back section that I actually need to make. Now there's still some welding that I need to do just here, here and here. The reason I made this cut is so I could sort of like raise this section up, if you can see that. And the reason that's raised up is because there's a bracket that goes underneath, which is on the old section. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make exactly the same, but for this side, and then get them both welded together. That means I've got a full panel that I can place in there and adjust to suit. Now, this is the old panel. Now you can see that little raised section there, if you can see that, and that's for that bracket that goes underneath. So this isn't the full section because I've obviously cut. I mean this extends somewhere out here. So it's the same on both sides. It's got this little dimple thing here, and it's got it there as well. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to replicate that again, weld it together, offer it up, do anything else I need to do, and then hopefully I can start piecing this section and this section back together. Right, so I've welded these two panels together. I just need to sort these welds out, which I can do that later. One thing I needed to make sure on this panel is I needed to make sure that it sat on these bumper brackets correctly. So the top of that actually sits really nicely on that bumper bracket. I still need to do a couple of little things on this, like I need to take these brackets off here and weld them onto this. And I've also, like I say, I need to clean these welds up. But I'm going to leave that for now. What I'm going to concentrate on now is making this L shape here and this one here that I cut out. The reason for that is because I've got space so I can do it, and I also want to make a little section in here as well because this is actually rusted through. So I want to, while I've got the space, I want to make all this section, get it welded in, get it all ground down while I've got the space, and then I can also clean this section up here as well. Right, in pure Disaster Datsun fashion, you can't just cut one panel out, weld a panel in and have done. You've got to cut most of the car out. Now, I've cut this section out here and I can't help but notice the amount of rust which is on this section. Now, I've ground that all down and it's just got pitting all over it, and it's even got some holes down here as well. So what I'm gonna have to do, again, is cut most of this section out and rebuild it. I want to do it now because I've got good access here and I can grind all the welds down and do all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out what I'm going to cut. I'll cut it all out and then I can fabricate that piece and then weld that back in. Right, on the bead roller, you've got these two dies. Now, these actually create this sort of bead roll here. Now, you've got to look at the depth of these sections to make sure it suits what you've got, but also you need to look at the width. So the width between this section and this section needs to correspond with obviously the one that you're making. Now, if I was to pop this die on this top section and this die on the bottom section, that then gives me that width that I need to create this actual bead itself. Now, one thing you do need to take into consideration is how you make your bead. So this is raised up, so I need to make sure that the raised up section is on the left hand side. Right, so I've made this panel and we've actually got the bead in there. But unfortunately, the bead roller, the shaft is actually slipping from the actual frame itself. So we just need to do a bit of hammer work on here and a little bit of tweaking just to get that panel perfectly. But we've got this lip on here, so that all ties in nicely and it all fits around here. So we can get that tacked in, but that's going to be in the next video. So that's going to be it for this video. Catch us in our next video where we're going to get this welded in. We're going to get this bottom section welded in. We're probably going to find more rust.